Yes, record started, and we are going to connect to Facebook.
Okay.
Okay. Several technical steps. Yes, the process is proceeding. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Perfect. The last thing to connect is to share it here. And we are going live. Connection. And if connection is already working, we are here in this live stream. Yes, perfect. I hope that everything working well, and we are here. Yes, 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 yes.
Do you want to share photography, or do you want me to? Or
I can do it. I can do it. Okay. Hi to everybody who decided to join us today. And today our geography is between Venice, Italy, Moscow, Russia, and Israel. And today we have an interview and a wonderful opportunity to speak with Moshe Vollach, the winner in land art section. And we continue the series of our interviews with overall winners of 4 teams Arte Laguna Prize. And yes, that's great that we have this opportunity to speak with people, to speak with great artists who participated and won this competition. That's great. And today, Moshe will tell us about his art, his way of thinking, his way of doing, his way of getting inspired, his methodology and techniques and medias in which he's working. Moshe, hello.
hello.
Yeah. And as always, I'm starting from the question, was it difficult to decide with which work to participate in Arte Laguna? And was it difficult to apply? What was your experience and why you decided to show your artwork in this competition?
Okay, so it starts like I executed an artwork named 31 Cubes in June 2016. And I was looking for platforms to exhibit this artwork. Mm-hmm. And since I'm not connected to any gallery that can promote me, and this is a message to young artists, besides doing art, you have to work on promoting and dedicate time to promote your artwork. And today it's much easier than it used to be 30 years ago, because now we have the social media, we have Professor Google, and we can Google and find calls in the internet and exhibitions that you can find suggestions to participate. And I was Googling for land art, because my artwork is land art project. And that's the way I found about Arte Laguna Prize.
That's great, amazing.
And then I applied for the 13th edition.
Uh-huh.
You don't know. Okay. 13th edition, and with the same artworks that I applied now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was passing the first selection, but not the second one.
Ah.
Okay. Now, since I'm stubborn and I'm persistent and I believe in my art and in my ability,
Mm-hmm.
and I suggest, then I applied to the 14th edition
Uh-huh.
with the same artworks. And that's another message to young artists. Don't give up. Be sure in your art and in yourself. Be persistent, and sometimes in making art and promoting it, you have downs and ups. So if you have the downs, don't give up. Be optimistic and continue. So I applied to the 14th edition, and here I am.
Wow. What were your emotions when during this winning ceremony you've heard your name? What did you feel? It's so exciting.
Yeah, it was. I was very happy. I had a feeling that that I'll be one of the 4 overall winners, so I was not too surprised, but still it was a great happiness, and it's a compliment, and I'm very proud to be an overall winner. And again, I would like to thank to the jury, to the wonderful team of Art Laguna Prize, and to the other artists that participate with me in this edition.
Yeah, all the finalists, they are very, very strong. And we are starting to receive messages, and everybody sending you congratulations, and everybody supporting everybody. And I'm so proud of finalists, artists of this edition. Great support that we got during this coronavirus lockdown, when we organized our online sessions speaking about future art and mission of the artist. It was fantastic, and I'm really proud of this community that we formed on the base of Arte Laguna Prize. And now it's time to learn more about your art. And as for me, I fall in love with your artwork that is called Space. Tell us more about it, and I will help you to show the pictures.
Yeah, okay. So in January 2013, I embarked on a project of 3 artworks that discuss the relations between matter, space, and time, as well as the memory of matter and space. I was, I had an idea visiting the Israeli Museum. I saw 2 artworks. One is this one and another one, which triggered me. And thinking about it, I placed an unauthorized conceptual artwork in one of the most prominent halls of the Israeli Museum in Jerusalem. And the hall includes, it's the hall of international 20th century artwork, which includes artworks of artists like Dan Flavin, Richard Long, Robert Morris, Eva Hesse, Mona Khatoum, and many other great artists. And when I was visiting there, and I saw those 2 artworks. The first one is Joseph Albers. It's a painting. It's a 2-dimensional artwork. And by colors and perspective, Albers succeeds to create an illusion of a space that really pulls us inside.
Mm-hmm.
Nearby, there was another painting, another artwork of Lucio Fontana.
Mm-hmm.
The Lucio Fontana really succeeded to create a space behind the front canvas. He made 3 cuts in the yellow canvas, and the visitor can see the real space behind it within the artwork.
So these artworks became triggers for you to produce your own artwork, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then I had an idea to go one step ahead and consider the whole space of this hall between the ceiling, the floor, and the 4 walls as an artwork.
Mm-hmm.
I was at that time reading Henri Bergson's books. Henri Bergson was a philosopher, French philosopher from the beginning of the 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about time. He had a special, he was talking about the times that he calls him durée. Now, durée is different than the physical times that we know and Einstein was talking about. And he connected the 4th dimension, the time, with the other 3 dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
According to his perception, the space, in this case, the space of the whole, is not only what we see now, but it's all the accumulated memories of this space a long time axis, present and future. Let's imagine.
Excuse me, tell us what happened with this artwork. How this artwork appeared in the museum hall and for how long it was there.
Yeah, okay, I'll continue and explain the steps when I reach to it.
Yeah.
So imagine that we have 2 eyes in the corner of the room, which is, for example, A4 picture, and those eyes observe and see everything that happened in this hall from the day that the museum was built. All the curators that passed there and decided which artwork will be exhibited. All the museum team, the visitors that were visiting them, the artists, and all the interactions and everything that happened there during the time. And that's my artwork. So, what I did, and now it starts to be like a detective story.
Yes, interesting.
Yeah, I prepared a sign that is similar to the other signs of the other artworks in this hall. And I came with my wife one Saturday morning, just as the museum was opened. And, we had big hats, so the detective, the security cameras can't recognize us. We bought the tickets with cash money, so they can't recognize by using another card, a credit card or my museum card. And we rushed to the hall. No visitors yet, but there were the guards. We waited until the guards leave to the next hall. And then I took out the sign, these signs that you see, and I stick it to the wall in the height of eyes of a person. And it's written here, initials of my name, like the other information about signs on the other artworks. It's my gift, the name is Space, it's gift of the artist to the museum. And even the catalogic number is the same like the other artworks with 999 in the end. And I say that this work is the first of a series of works by the artist discussing the concept of space in modern art, mainly based on Henri Bergson's perception of space. And it carries out a discussion with the 2 paintings that I was talking about before. And then we rushed quickly from the museum. We didn't want to be caught by the guards or maybe police. And, we ran away.
So the operation was successful, right?
Yeah, yes.
Ah, great.
And then the following weeks, I came twice a week and I took a picture, I documented the presence of the sign on the wall twice a week. After 2.5 weeks, it was still there. And after 3 weeks, it was taken off.
So 3 weeks existed your artwork and this sign in the museum.
Yeah.
Wow, great. Yeah, amazing.
And so this was the first of the 3 works. The second one was 31 cubes.
Ah, wow, that's our favorite. And we have a lot of questions about this artwork.
Yes.
And our guests, our viewers want to know more about the process of preparation and logistic and financial procedures that you came over to get it done. Yeah, tell us more about it. And if you don't mind, I will put the video.
Yes, of course.
Yes. Let me open it. Yes, it is here, and I'm sharing my screen. And let's see.
So it's an artwork that talks about relations between matter, space, and time, and the memory of matter and space. It took me even more than 3 years to solve the technical, the logistic, and the financial problems involved in such a project. And then I executed the artwork in June 2016. I placed in the desert 31 cubes with the size of pi by pi by pi, and they are placed by distance from each other. So a row of 61 identical size cubes is stretched toward the horizon, composing a string of matter space, cube space, matter space, cube space. The cubes are made of ice, and I placed them in the desert on a hot summer day. It's June, it's about 40 centigrade. And I documented the defrosting process. We put them in at night, it was still cold. And I documented the defrosting process by 5 stills camera from the air and from the ground in time-lapse mode. So the process was complete. A row of 61 identical cubes remains. Space cube, space cube, space cube, space cube. So it's an artwork that discusses the relation between matter and space in art in general and sculpture in particular. It's an artwork that accentuates contrasts, formative, climatic, mathematical, physical, and geomorphologic contrasts. And it's an artwork that relates to one of the crises that we are facing now, which is the climate one. And it relates to the climate change and to the iceberg defrosting and desertifications that will follow.
And why this question, it is so important personally for you? Why do you think that artists can be responsible for this global changing? And what is your message to society here?
I think that artists, by showing this artwork, for example, in the platform of Laguna Art Prize, and it was already exhibited in 2 exhibitions in Italy, in Vercelli and Torino. It was, one image was in Saatchi Gallery in London, in Köln Video Art Project, in Torrance Museum in Los Angeles, in Mumbai, in Ukraine, and a few other places. And as much as we increase the awareness of the public to the problem, it helps to do steps in order to prevent or decrease or find a solution. And fortunately, the government don't do enough. We need the public to join and to push and to press and to help us to. So it's a kind of alarm this artwork and other projects of artists, it's kind of alarm call to do steps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's very, very beautiful and it's very impressive. And we have a question here. Do you think that art has a commitment beyond talking about itself?
Yeah, it has a commitment because on one hand, of course, artists want to show his artwork and on the other hand, it wants to raise, you see my artwork is, I react to topics that engage and trouble me in my society, in our society, in our politics, in our environment. And besides doing the artwork and with all the artistic qualities of it, the messages are very important. And I have other artworks, other projects that also raises messages in different
Mm-hmm. Can I show more images? Yeah,
yes.
Because it's very, very interesting and important. Yes, here I have some images related to this artwork. Here we have some images from the same project.
This is the final result after the frosting process. And this is an exhibition in Palazzo Barolo in Torino where it was exposed.
Yeah, it would be important, I think, to speak about this artwork.
Yeah, when I was exhibiting in Vercelli, the curators was Margarita Lever-Rosenberg and Carla Cruzio. And there were two spaces in this exhibition. One was in Studio Deci, and where the 31 cubes was screened on a wall. And another place, another location was in San Vittorio Chapel. It's a chapel that it's not religious anymore. And the artwork was placed, it's a photograph of one of my sculptures in the size of 3 meters and high and 1 meter wide. And the sculpture itself, it's a wall 7 meter high. 7 drawers are coming out of the wall. Mm-hmm. The drawer is inside the wall and 2 sets outside. And in each drawer there is earth from another part of Israel. And in the middle, planted a sabra cactus. Now, in the middle drawer, there's I mixed earth from the mountain of Jerusalem from both sides of the green line. Now, the green line is the line of 67 that was the border between Jordan and Israel. And by mixing the earth from both sides of the green line, it's my hope for a situation where 2 countries for the 2 people on this land, the Israel and the Israelis and the Palestinians, we live together, one in each his own country, in neighborhood and friendship. Mm-hmm. It has a message, and I hope that one day.
Yeah, this message is very strong, and really, it's such a symbol of respect to each other and to this land. Yeah, and I really appreciate that artists can do this, can try to offer this message, this solution to politicians and somehow to change the situation. That's very important, and that is such a responsibility of an artist. What do you think about how much artists should be involved in these processes, and how much artists can change the situation? What do you think? You already have a lot of experience. You are the most experienced artist from our finalist group, I think, one of. What you can say?
Again, as I mentioned before, I think that involvement of artists in different issues in this world, again, helps to arise problems and to try to call the public to come together and do, when even a small action of one individual, when it comes together, it can make a big difference and can make a big change.
Mm-hmm.
So every little action can help to promote ideas which can serve our planet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move to further questions. And we also have a question about your daily art routine. What books do you read? What movies do you see? What, I don't know, philosophical movements you prefer? Because reading your biography, I found such a great list of philosophers and actors of art world. It is Duchamp, Man Ray, Brancusi, Rauschenberg, Cage, Malevich, Fontana, and a lot of philosophers also. What is your daily art routine? Tell us.
Okay, so since I'm an artist that deal with ideas and conceptual artists, and conceptual art focus on the idea, then I do a lot of thinking until I have the idea for a project or for an artwork. And a lot of my daily routine is consuming art. And consuming art, I mean reading a lot of art literature, artist books, art philosophy books, essays, taking courses in art history and philosophy and other kind of courses, going a lot to museum, galleries, and all this information and knowledge that I collect is the raw material for my artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So this consuming of knowledge is the main thing in my routine. And about the way an idea comes out, I can say that again, when I have a trigger, or when I get a call or find a call in the internet, or when I am invited to exhibit in an exhibition, there's a lot of bubbling and a lot of this, a big discussion between me, myself, and the subject.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it takes days, sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes months, and then eureka, and there's explosion. And when it happens in a fraction of seconds, I see the image of my artwork, mm-hmm. and it comes to me in the right, the vision comes to me in the right medium, and accompanied with the ideas that builds this artwork, and many times also with the text. I write all the text to my artworks, and it all comes in a second. And for me, this, there are two steps in my art, art productive process. The first stage is having the idea, and the second one is executing it to a formal or an image that will be a sculpture or video art or documentation. And this first step for me is, it's the most emotional, and it takes a lot of energy. And it's the most difficult for me.
Mm-hmm.
Involved a lot. And then I make experiments and try to find the right materials or the right methods and the right technology to take this this idea and make it into a formal artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, I should say that until now, all
Yes.
final artworks came to me exactly as I saw them in my imagination, in my mind eyes.
So you realized your concept, your dream. So you
No,
completely
it's not a
satisfied.
dream, it's my imagination.
Imagination.
See
Okay.
my mind eyes, I see the artwork,
Uh-huh.
image of it, the ideas around it, and then I have to make something of it that,
Related to this, I have a question here. Do you
yes.
prefer symbol or metaphor in your work?
Sorry?
Do you prefer symbol or metaphor in your work?
I think it's both.
Mm-hmm.
It's both. Some works are symbolic, some has metaphors, and it depends on the artwork.
Mm-hmm. And
And
also a question, okay, you work with sculpture, video, documented performance, photography. Which medium fits which concept? How you decide which medium you will use for each concept?
again, when it happens to me instinctively, like I said before, when I see in my imagination the artwork, it comes to me in the right medium. So when I was thinking about 31 cubes, it was of course a land art that it's been in documented video. And
Okay. We have very important question that will be interesting for, I think, for a lot of our guests of our online stream. Um, you were educated as a chemical engineer, and you underline that you are autodidact artist. And that is the question that always provokes a big discussion. Does contemporary artists need to be educated in university, art school? Or if you are doing it instinctively, developing yourself, developing your skills and knowledges, you will be more efficient as a contemporary artist. What do you think? What is your opinion?
no, I don't think so. I think that young artists should go to art schools and have and enjoy from the experience of the teachers, of the artists, and get as many tools as they can. And the best place to have it is in an art school, no doubt. But my route of life took me in another way. And since I'm also autodidact in my nature, then for me it fits. And I learn a lot, and I do all my reading and researches, and for me it works well. But that's for me.
That's great.
The
Okay.
suggestion is really to go to art schools.
Okay. Tell us about your most strange art experiment, what it was.
Oh.
When people were telling, Moshe, what are you doing? Okay, these ice cubes in the desert is one thing, but if you want to do something completely strange, what it was?
Well, first, it's also strange. People can say, wow, he's a cuckoo, you know, casting, frosting water, taking it to the weather, to the desert, defrosting it. It's really strange.
Mm-hmm.
But other things, there's one artwork that I want to show you later, something that a project that I'm doing at that time. in which I use, maybe I'll talk, I don't want to interfere in the surprise, so I won't tell about it, but another artwork that I did was, it names the Trail of Pills, Drawing and Erasing in the Streets of Jaffa. Family, we peeled few hundred oranges, each 1 to 3 peels. And then I took them and I made a drawing with orange peels along 1.5 kilometers in the street of Jaffa.
Wow.
And I involved the pedestrian in putting the orange peels. I put in about distance of 1 meter from one to the other. I made a line, drawing a line of orange peels. And after that, I came back when it was done and collected the peels and actually erased the drawing. So it's also strange.
So you are very brave to do this strange things that.
And another thing that actually this artwork, I did it as with a group in which we wanted to take art from the white cube and make it accessible to the public in the streets. So my artwork, and it was a kind of performance that I actually did it in the streets and involving the activity of the public.
Interesting. And we have a question about difficult part in artistic practice. What obstacles do you meet during production and exhibiting artworks? What is the difficult part and how you manage to solve it?
Okay, so first, when I have an idea and I have to make an artwork out of it, then it depends on the artwork. But for example, with the 31 cubes, it was many experiments and tests and trying to solve different problems. For example, in another artworks, I have to find the right material and the right techniques, and about exhibiting. About exhibiting, first is I need to reach to the to museums, to galleries, to the places where I can exhibit. And as an artist that doesn't have a gallery, promote it, and it's more difficult.
Yeah, sure.
So I make my connections. I did, and all the exhibitions that I did abroad, it was by the social media. I met friends, curators, galleries, calls, and that was the difficult part in exhibiting, find the right place and the right exhibition where I can participate in with my artwork. About placing it and it's less problematic.
Okay. I want to know more about the project that you are currently working. Let's speak about this.
Okay, so I'll start with a short story.
Yeah. Let me know then when to show your video.
Okay, not now because
okay.
I'm in 1953. The important American artist Robert Rauschenberg, which was in the beginning of his art career, decided to do a kind of artwork that was not done before. He took one of his drawings and he wanted to erase it. But then he reconsidered and he said, well, I am not familiar, I'm not a known artist, so it's not a big deal. So he bought a Jeff Daniels whiskey bottle, and he went to visit Willem de Kooning. Willem de Kooning was at that time the most important living American artist in the United States. And he came to him and he tried to convince him to give him one of his drawings to erase it. Now, I don't know what portion of the bottle of whiskey Willem de Kooning drank, but anyway, he accepted the challenge. But he said to Rauschenberg that he'll give him a drawing, one of his drawings that will be most difficult to erase. And Robert Rauschenberg tells that it took him more than a month to erase it. It was a drawing that was done using charcoal, pencil, and oil paint. And that's the beginning. That's the beginning of a genre. Actually, Rauschenberg started the genre of erasing artworks. And since then, many artworks were erased, and paintings, oil paintings, drawings, photography, and even in the last Venice Biennale, I was visiting on the island, the San Giorgio Maggiore. Yeah, and there was an exhibition of an Italian artist, Emilio Isgero, or I don't pronounce his name, who was erasing lines in books and on maps. It was a wonderful exhibition. All the walls were covered with erasing and large erasing papers from books, and extraordinary. But a subgenre of erasing is self-portrait erasing. And I should say that in erasing artwork, first you make, there's a drawing or a painting, and then in the second stage, you erase it. Now, in my artwork, I go 2 steps backwards, and I erase my image from the mirror before drawing it.
Wow.
Now you can show it's a teaser. Actually, the idea is 3 years old, and in the last 3 years, again, about the steps, and in the last 3 years, I made several experiments to find the right mirror and the right solvent and the right materials to erase it. It should be done slowly, without damaging, or it should be green, ecological, not harming the assistants that work with me. And it should be slowly and gradually.
Okay, let's see.
Finally, I found that I even used light acid like Balsamia acetico de Modena. Wow. Which has an acidic value. But finally, I found out that lemon juice gave me the best
result.
Yeah. It's citric acid, it's lemon juice, and you can show it's a teaser. It's now in the last step of editing, and it's a teaser that shows the beginning, the middle, and the end of the project, the documentation.
Unfortunately, it stays still. I don't know why. Let me try again. No. Let me try the other option.
Do you want me to try to share?
Yeah, it's better you will try to share.
Yeah, okay.
Let me close it. Yeah, unfortunately, my computer is very fragile with memory. Stop share. Okay.
Okay, now can I?
Yes. I will make you host.
Yeah, you have to
make host.
Make for me.
Host. Yes.
Oh, well, wait. Now I'll try again. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now this is the video.
Yeah, probably it will take a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I'll make it the volume maybe a little bit louder. You can see the birds. You can hear the birds.
Moshe, we just can you start once again, because now we see your folder.
Okay. Okay. Okay, you don't see it?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, so let's see, maybe. Yes? Can you see it?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, so wait.
So try to.
Okay, I'll stop sharing and I try to share again.
And meanwhile, we are trying to solve this technical detail.
Now?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, no, it's not the yeah, now.
Yeah.
You know? Actually, I accelerated during the Corona. Maybe I'll let you, let me see.
Let me see if on Facebook we have the same picture.
It's okay now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Uh,
So you have this mirror.
yeah, and this is the assistant. That's the final result. And this is, the assistant is my daughter. And as you see, she also wear the 95 mask that
Yes.
now during the Corona. I accelerated the experiments during the Corona quarantine. And I finished the experiments and I executed the artworks during the Corona quarantine.
So you have a great assistant. It's so great when all the family involved in art practice of one family member. We saw a lot of examples of husbands and wives helping each other, of children helping parents, and that's fantastic. And also even home animals, pets are also helping.
Yeah, I also have some. I have 4 cats.
Wow, 4 cats. And Zhao Yuan, from yesterday, she also have 4 cats. So to have 4 cats, you will definitely become a winner in Atta Laguna.
maybe that's one criterion. Yeah.
Okay, to continue with this positive mood, do you already decided what to make with this prize, where to invest it?
Well, it's obvious that I'm going to use it for next projects, next statistic projects.
Yes, yes. As all the winners, they want to do more art and to produce more creative works.
And it helps. Yeah.
And I'm gonna show some images also that I have. And to ask you some questions with this phone thing. Let me share. No, you should make me host back. So.
Okay. How do I do it? I stop sharing, no.
Yeah, and meanwhile, I will. Yeah, it works.
No.
Okay, not a problem. Meanwhile, I will remind our viewers that videos from previous interviews you can also see.
Once, maybe this one. Now it goes back to you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I have here this image. And can you explain us what is it and what is this artwork?
Yeah, again, a short story.
Yeah, you have a lot of stories.
Yeah. you know, the raw material for our artwork is all the things, all our experience in life from childhood. So it's part of it. And in 1991, during the first Gulf War, and I remind to people who don't know that in that year, Saddam Hussein tried to conquer Kuwait. And the United States, with the European airlines and Saudi Arabia and other Arabic countries, fought him in order to release the Kuwait. Mm-hmm. And Saddam Hussein was sending missiles to Israel. And we were afraid that it will include also chemical weapon, but finally it did not. Anyway, we were sitting in bomb shelters at home, fearing Saddam Hussein missiles with chemical warheads. And our connection to the outside world was by telephone, radio, and TV. And then at that time, I did this artwork. It talks about our worship of communication technology. It's a telephone handset, and the halo is made of a communication cable, a TV antenna cable. And this artwork also refers to, these days, to the quarantine, the coronavirus quarantine, where we are, the connection with all our friends, family, and the outside world is by communication technologies, of course, more advanced than it used to be 30 years ago. We have the social media, and we have this Zoom talks and conversations and video talks and similar.
Yeah. So international connection and connection between people is so important now.
Yeah, and one of my dreams, or actually it was the intention to do it, but I didn't have the chance to do it yet, is to make this artwork on a large scale, which will be about 3.5 meters high, or maybe even 5 meters high, in urban sphere. And a little secret, last year, again, I was Googling and I found a call from Freeze, New York, to prepare a site-specific sculpture in Rockefeller Center. And this artwork is very appropriate because, as you know, Rockefeller Center is the home for many media and communication giants, like Time Life, NBC, and General Electric, and Fox News. And across the plaza stands St. Patrick's Cathedral. And since my artwork have discussion with Christian icons, as well as with telecommunication and technology icons, then it's most appropriate as a site-specific artwork for Rockefeller Center. But I haven't got an answer yet.
Okay, we wish you good luck. And now your final word to wish good luck to all these artists who are now thinking about participating in Arte Laguna. What you would say them?
So they should be, first they have to trust the artwork and themselves. They have to, again, be patient, be optimistic. And even if they can't be accepted like it was in my first time, then don't give up and continue and do your best.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Moshe, for sharing with us your experience, your artwork.
There's one.
Yeah.
Okay. There's one more artwork. Is it possible to talk about it? Which
I think that we should move to the final part. Unfortunately, we are not so rich in time. yes, we wish that all your future artworks will be as much successful as your 31 cubes. And we are having here comments from your colleagues, from artists. They are very admired with your artworks, with the process that you do in reaching your artwork in reality. And thank you so much for participation. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. And I will remind those who missed our first interviews that all the videos you can find on Arte Laguna page in Facebook. And also, I think we will publish on YouTube channel of Arte Laguna. And tomorrow we will continue with Primas Jeza, the artist who won in section of design. He's also one of the winners, and tomorrow we'll continue the same time. And pre-applications are now open with big discounts, so artists, please participate. It's a great chance to have a very big prize of money of 10,000 euro, and also to be promoted everywhere in the world. And it is a chance really to get in touch with curators, galleries, new art institutions, and new partners that can help you to realize your artwork. And please subscribe to Arte Laguna, and please subscribe to Moshe social networks to continue to follow him. Yeah, and we are finishing for today. Good luck, Moshe, for all your projects. And
thank you very much. Thank you very much to you, to the team, to the jury, and to the other participants, and also to the public that watch our conversation.
Yeah, great. See you soon in Venice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See you.
Bye. And